everyone, we are back once again. It was a very quick week. I hope everyone is happy and healthy, and for all of your pleasure, back by popular demand, is our wonderful Rabbi. And here's the Rabbi.
Hello everyone. This Shabbat here, we are going to be reading Perashat Beha'aloteha, and it begins with the kindling of the light of the menorah by Aharon, the priest, and with the instructions how to do that.
In case you're wondering what's going on, there's a little rabbit running around, and we're excited to see the rabbit. Continue, Rabbi.
Yes. So it's very interesting to know that once I said that King David said, Hashem tzilecha al yad yeminecha, God is your shadow. In a way, he wanted to say that whatever you do, it's like you have a shadow, meaning there is a repercussion, or there is automatically you have a reaction from what you do. You do good, you're gonna get good, either instantaneously, I mean in an instant, or perhaps in a long time, but you always get the reward of the good thing that you do. On the other hand, if you do something that is bad, you get punishment, whether you think that God doesn't forget. And so it's very interesting. There is an episode in the Torah on Perashat Beha'aloteha. It tells us there about Miriam. Miriam was struck with the illness of tzara, the spiritual leprosy, and she couldn't move from the camp. The people of Israel, all of them, they were ready to go across to Eretz Israel, but she couldn't move. They wanted to move. What to do? All the elders and everybody of the leaders of the people of Israel, they got together and they decided 3 million people. Should they wait for one person, Miriam? And they decided, yes, they are going to wait until she recovers and she can go with them into the land of Israel. Can you imagine 3 million people for one person? Now, of course, the Torah is giving us, in a way, a great lesson about when you do good, this is the reward that you deserve. Even 3 million people will wait for you. What is it that she did so good? We know the episode of the Torah when Miriam put her brother in a basket and into the Nile, and she watched and waited what happened. Now, before that, how this transpired, what happened that she had to do that? Of course, the Torah tells us that Vayelech ish mitbel Levi, vayikach et bat Levi, that this Levite was the name Amram and Yocheved. These were a couple who were married. He had to go and marry her again. Why? Because originally he really separated from her. And he was one of the leaders of the people of Israel. And everybody emulated him, and everybody respected him. And so therefore, they did the same thing. Why did he separate from his wife? Because he was saying, after the decree of Pharaoh that he was going to drown every male child, he could not afford to bring any more children here to the world so that Pharaoh will destroy them. And so he separated from his wife. This did not go very well with Miriam, with the daughter. The daughter, in fact, reprimanded the father, her parent, and he said, you are doing something worse than what Pharaoh is doing. Pharaoh is getting rid of the males, but you are going to get rid, not to bring a child into the world. You know, after her trying to convince her father, she did. And then that's what the Torah tells, that he took his wife back, and this is, Moshe was born. And the first thing that the Torah said when Moshe was born, "Vatereu ki tov hu," that this was later on when he was drawn from the water, she saw that he was very good. But in the house, in itself, when he was born, he said that he was tov, he was good. Not that he was good looking, but simply that there was a light. The Midrash says there was a light in there, and the father realized. And I said to his daughter, he kissed her and he said to his daughter, this is what the Midrash says, that your vision, your prophecies come here, and therefore this light, it shows this is going to be the savior of the people of Israel. But lo and behold, immediately, as he was saying this thing, the people of Pharaoh, the agent, they were coming and looking for the child. They hid him, but they could not hide him anymore. And what happened is that he realized, he said, this was kind of a dream, a wishful thinking. This is a high for a moment. And so therefore, he told his daughter, I think we thought that this was the case, but it's not. And Miriam was the only one who was persevering. And she said, she watched and she was patient. And she, even in spite of all the difficult situation, she never gave up. And this was the type of personality that was Miriam. It came now a moment when the children of Israel, the leaders, realized. He said, Miriam waited for Moshe. Now we all, 3 million people, will wait for Miriam, because she deserved that. Her prophecy ultimately came about, and it was only because she joined, she put together her prophecy and patience to have. It's so important. You know, we always are the kind of people that we have faith. We have faith that Hashem, God, is going to help us. That's very true. But we, at the same time, we think that we are the only one who know where our sustenance is going to come, how our health is going to be. It is like if intentionally we think that it's all in our hand. But you know, God doesn't work in the same way that we think things should be done. He works in his own way, and ultimately the result you will see, if it's not now, in the future. And this is what the Torah is telling us, that you remember, when you have a vision, when you have almost like a prophecy, when you have a vision of something that is great and is important, one of the most important things that you have to have with that is vision, because ultimately, look at the vision of our people. And King David said, Beshuv Hashem et Shivat Zion hayinu kecholmim. We were like dreamers when to be returning back to Zion. Where was the dream of our people nearly for 2,000 years to go back to Eretz Israel, and we have become a nation, you know, with our country and with our people, with our soldiers. Never is a dream that is come true. The fact that we would have Yerushalayim, that's what it is. Beshuv Hashem et Shivat Zion hayinu kecholmim. We were like dreamers. And what it is, the patience of the people of Israel to know that this is a prophecy that our people have been given by HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We have to have patience. Ultimately, it will be realized. And this is what we need to do, that there are those things that are good and wonderful and that we hope for. we need to have patience constantly and to know that ultimately HaKadosh Baruch Hu will realize it for us. Shabbat Shalom.